You know that favorite pair of jeans you have, the one that just fits perfectly? Well, it's probably traveled more this year than you have. Seriously, its journey is this hidden epic of global trade, wild chemistry, and some seriously high-tech manufacturing. Okay, let's pull back the curtain and unravel the secret life of a pair of jeans. So take a look at this number, 109,161. What do you think that is? It's not the number of jeans sold, not even close. This is the number of denim fabric shipments imported by just one country in a single year, all of it just waiting to be turned into the jeans we all live in.
And this chart right here, well, it shows you the center of the denim universe. I mean, look at that. With over 109,000 shipments, Bangladesh is importing more than twice the denim of Vietnam and Mexico combined. It has become the undisputed global capital for making jeans, a title it's earned through a massive, skilled workforce and decades of just pouring money and effort into its garment industry.
So, this is where our story really kicks off. Bangladesh. This is the place where these giant rolls of blue fabric, woven in countries like Pakistan, India, and China, land on factory floors. And here, they begin their final transformation from simple cloth into a finished pair of jeans ready for closets all over the world. But hold on. Before that fabric can even exist, a really critical choice has to be made. A choice that decides pretty much everything about the final product. It all comes down to the yarn. You could almost call it the soul of the denim. And the way it's spun, that's going to determine the feel, the cost, and most importantly, how it fades over time. So here's the deal. It's this classic trade-off between character and cost. Over on the left, you've got ring-spun yarn. This is the old-school classic choice for denim purists. Yeah, it's a slower, more expensive process, but what you get is a stronger, softer yarn with all these unique little textures, the kind that produce those beautiful, high-contrast fades that collectors just go crazy for. Now, on the right, you've got open-end yarn. This is the engine of the mass market. It's way faster and cheaper to make, but the result is a little weaker, a little coarser, and it just doesn't fade nearly as dramatically. Okay, so once the yarn is spun, it's time for the magic. I mean that literally. It's time for indigo. Now, this is not your average dyeing process. It is a fascinating chemical dance between liquids and air that gives denim its iconic blue soul and, that ability to age so perfectly. Think of it like a magic trick in 3 simple steps. First, you take the blue indigo powder, which on its own won't even dissolve in water, and you chemically change it into this yellow-green liquid that cotton can actually absorb. That's step 1. Step 2, the yarn takes a quick dip in the vat, soaking up all that color. And then step 3, this is where the magic happens. The moment that yarn hits the open air, oxygen causes a reaction that instantly turns it back to that famous blue, locking the color right onto the outside of the fibers. And this right here, this is the absolute secret to why your jeans fade the way they do. It's called ring dyeing. The whole process is designed so that the indigo dye only grabs onto the outer layer, the ring of the yarn, leaving the core completely white. So as you wear your jeans, as you wash them, that thin blue layer slowly chips away, revealing that white core underneath. It's an intentional imperfection, and it's what gives every single pair its own unique story over time.
All right, so after all that spinning, dyeing, and weaving, the fabric arrives in these massive rolls at the factories in Bangladesh. And this is where the manufacturers face a huge strategic decision, one that really shapes their entire business.
And this brings us to what is basically a billion-dollar question. Is it smarter, more cost-effective to just import all that finished fabric from other countries? Or is it worth the enormous investment to build your own mills and produce it all yourself? That's a strategy we call vertical integration. And Syed Ishtiaq Alam from the Ananta Group, he just nails the answer here. He says while importing the fabric might seem cheaper up front, making it in-house gives manufacturers something that is absolutely priceless in the world of fashion: speed. By controlling the entire supply chain, they can slash what are called lead times, basically the gap between when a brand orders and when they get the delivery. And that gives them a massive competitive edge. Now, whether that fabric is imported or made right there, it arrives as this flat, dark blue canvas. The next stage, well, this is where that fabric gets its personality, its character, and honestly, a lot of its value. We are talking about the art, and now the science, of distressing. And this slide just shows the incredible contrast between the old ways and the new. For decades, getting that worn-in look was just grueling, manual work. We're talking people hand sanding for hours, spraying hazardous chemicals like potassium permanganate. It was dangerous for workers, and the results? They were always inconsistent. But today, technology has completely changed the game. We've got CO2 lasers that literally etch fades onto jeans with light, and safe ozone gas that bleaches denim without any of those harsh chemicals. And lasers? I mean, they are a true game changer for so many reasons. First off, it's a completely dry and chemical-free process. That's a massive win for workers' safety and for the environment. Second, the speed is just mind-blowing. A laser can finish the entire front of a pair of jeans in less than a minute. And finally, you get perfect digital precision. That means the 1,000th pair of jeans looks exactly identical to the first, which solves a huge quality control headache for brands. So we've seen this incredible technology that goes into making a modern pair of jeans. But there's one more crucial piece to this story: how the industry is finally tackling its massive environmental footprint. Because the future of denim, it turns out, is green.
Let's be real for a second. The traditional denim industry has a really bad reputation, environmentally speaking. It can take thousands of gallons of water to produce a single pair of jeans, and the chemical runoff from all the dyeing and finishing has been a serious problem for decades. But the good news is, innovation is fundamentally changing that. And this table just puts that revolution in sharp focus. I mean, just look at these savings. Switching from harsh chemical bleaching to ozone gas cuts chemical use by over 80% and water use by nearly 70%. Getting rid of pumice stones and using modern enzymes instead, that can save up to 90% of the water used in washing. You add in the lasers we just talked about, and what you have is a total transformation. These are not small tweaks. They are fundamentally rewriting the rule book for how denim gets made.
And guess what? The innovation is not slowing down. To go after the huge water problem in dyeing, scientists are pioneering totally waterless methods using things like foam or nitrogen gas. And to get rid of petroleum-based chemicals, they're developing bio-indigo that's literally made from engineered bacteria. This isn't sci-fi, this is the future of denim, and it's happening right now. So the next time you pull on your favorite pair of jeans, just remember the incredible global journey they've been on, and all the amazing innovations that are making that journey smarter, safer, and more sustainable every single day. And as you do, ask yourself this: will your next pair be one of the ones made with lasers and air?